Okay. Uh, Welcome to the next part of Unit 4, Part 4. Uh, Now, in the previous case, we saw the positioning. Now, these are the things which we are supposed to learn: absolute positioning, relative positioning, moving positioning, moving of the elements through positioning. Now, we'll take up one by one. Very simple programs. Let us go through this program. We have got a small HTML program. You can see head, body, then three elements we have in this program: H1, H2, and the paragraph tag. Uh, when we execute this, this is the H1 tag, this is the H2 tag, and this is the paragraph tag. Now, there is a property which is called as the position property, um, which can be used for positioning the content or an element inside the HTML. Now the same program, now here what we have done is we have introduced the absolute positioning. Now let us check out what is absolute positioning. The H1 tag, H2 tag, and then the paragraph tag. For the H2 tag, we have specified certain effects. Now, which are those effects? There is an attribute which is called as the position attribute. Now, when we introduce a position attribute, this attribute can take different values. There is absolute, you can have a static, you can have a relative, you can have fixed. Now, what this defines is how will be the positioning of the H2 tag with reference to the screen. So position is absolute, and then 100 pixels left and 150 pixels top. This is what we have specified. Now let us run this. You can just check. This is the normal positioning with respect to the we have not specified any um, positioning here. This is the output of the program: H1, H2, and then the paragraph tag. Now in the program we have got absolute positioning. How we specified absolute positioning? By using the attribute position. Position is equal to attribute position colon attribute absolute. Now the respective output of this is now, the H2 property, which was supposed to be the second one, is shifted here, is shifted over here, and then its place is occupied by the paragraph tag. So first we got H1, then paragraph, then H2, because H2 was shifted by these many pixels in our output. Why? We have specified the positioning as absolute. Now the same program, in case if we specify the positioning as relative, then check what will be the output. And just check out, this was the original. Now let us go through each position. Now this is the normal one, this is the absolute positioning, and this is the relative position. You can just check out, from this location absolute positioning came to this particular location, relative positioning came to this particular location. Now if you find some difference over here, now what is the difference between absolute positioning and relative positioning? Now in absolute positioning, the H2 is positioned from the top of the screen to this particular location. So what, by what values we have specified the absolute positioning: 100 pixels and 150 pixels. So here 100 pixels top and 100 pixels left. So it will be shifted by 100 and 150 pixels from the top of the screen. Whereas in relative position, what happens is, now this was the position, original position as per the code. Why? Because this comes second. Now this, it comes after the H1. H2 comes after the H1. So here in the output, what happens is the relative positioning with the reference point of relative positioning is taken up from the original position of H2, not from the top of the screen. So from this location, it is shifted to this location. Whereas in absolute positioning, from this location, it is shifted to this location. So that is the difference between the absolute positioning and the relative positioning. To sum up, what the absolute position does is it the contents, shifts the contents from the top of the screen. Whereas if you specify position as relative, it shifts the contents by specified number of pixels of this particular header from the position where it is supposed to be. So that is the difference between absolute positioning and relative positioning.